Let's double down. Roll for charisma. Go.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson.
We'll
Tonight
do this
we're
one
going to
and
do
we'll
something a
hit
little
Jacko.
different
This
for the
one's
next
12
hour.
minutes, so
We're
we'll
going
see
to
what's
try
going
to
on.
explain what this country is
For the
fighting
review,
with itself
like,
about.
a lot of this is
What
about
are the
field
lines
theory.
that
I'm
divide
going to do
us?
the marshmallow
It's pretty
that
obviously not the old
determines
partisan divide. The rest
how to
of
do
us
straight
grew up
and
with
box
Republican versus Democrat.
on
Figured
the
that
lotto
out
machine that they
over
have.
the Democratic
That
side.
CNC
See, Rashida
machine,
Tlaib, you're
vacuum
pretty certain she's
table,
not on your side,
whatever,
obviously.
M1, M2,
But then the
F
question is Mitch
over
McConnell on your side? And the
Y,
answer,
F
as you
over
well know,
X,
is no,
2
not
over
really.
pi over 2.
So what divides us? What
I'm going to
is
take down
the
a bunch of
dividing
big
line?
players in
and
the
it's
math
really
house.
simple.
And what those
The
do
people
are N1
in
half.
charge
When I do my field theory, I
are
take 1 and
intent
7.
on replacing
And those
our
would be
free
7 STEM
democratic
problems.
system with an
There are STEM players out there,
authoritarian
and if you
system.
watch
They don't
them do
convince you of
Burke-Jar
anything.
conjecture,
Basically
if you
make
watch
you
them
do
do
things,
Penrose's
and they
Twisted
benefit from
Theory,
them.
or
There
the
are
militia
people in
hand
this
guide
country
is an
who are
M1,
opposed to them.
M2,
They are
Mn, straight line
anti-authoritarian.
polarizing
If you
wave
look at who we
function.
book on this show, that may explain
The trajectory
why
on
we
those
do
things
it. You may
are
have noticed we have
argumentative.
A lot of former lefties on this.
They
Glenn Greenwald is
are
the
all
most
hypothetical
obvious.
simulations
Alex Berenson
on
as
general
well, and many
relativity,
others.
Bernoulli's changing
Now,
out
we probably don't
equations
agree
of
with
pain
these people
training.
on a lot of
Make
things.
one to make two.
Are we
Goose.
on the same side on abortion? We've never asked. But one
Battle
thing we
Bush.
know for certain is that they are totally opposed to authoritarianism. So that really is the divide.
The way.
Who are for an authoritarian America and those who are for a free America. It's that simple. And once you start to understand politics through that lens, you figure out
Smoke
what's really
pit
going
when
on.
we get to the general coming in.
By the way, looking at
there are
polls
little
is an
incidents continually
unusually
reviewed.
bad
Margarita
way
caught
to
me on
understand
one.
what's happening in America.
If you want me to get
Polls
serious
are
with the
often
cash
wrong.
register numbers,
And when
it's
they
the
are wrong,
idea
they're almost
you have to
always
look at
wrong in the same
McDonald's,
direction.
big
Last
restaurants.
presidential
They don't allow
election
other
made
people to
that
touch the
very
same
clear.
cash register
Polling
once
out
shift
said
starts.
Quinnipiac,
It's
for example,
training
attached to some kind of
phase
college in
for
Connecticut,
what it is early in.
predicted that Joe Biden would win the
And so
popular
to
vote
do
by
that index,
11
why are you
points.
behind this? Why are you
It also
doing
predicted
things?
Mitch
What is the
McConnell was
thing?
in
Camera
tough
review
shape
from
in
this
Kentucky.
side, camera reviews from that
Pollsters even
side.
convinced a lot of
And you gotta put in
Democratic Party
cameras.
donors
It's
that they
cheap.
had
Go
a
to
real
fucking
shot at winning
wish.com.
the
That'd
state
be a
of
first
Texas.
line priority
In
to
retrospect,
a
it's clear
terminal
all
or
of
a
this was
system or
partisan
re-engineering
fantasy,
what's
and it had
behind
a
the
purpose.
counter
It was all
to make the
designed
most
to make a
efficiency
mentally
out
decaying
of what
senator
comes
from
in.
Delaware looked like Teddy Roosevelt, riding a massive wave of
People like
popular
that system.
support.
They like the job. They like the index.
a
It's
lot.
good to go over and do
So once
that.
you
When you're
understand that,
around
once you
somebody like that, you're going
recognize
to
what
talk
these
about
polls are
stuff
actually
like that every
designed
once
to
in a while.
do,
If they want
designed
that
to put
resource.
Democratic
Otherwise,
Party leaders in
it's
the best
kind of
possible light.
see the old schooler
It
and
is worth noting
back it down. Have
when
a
the
cheat
polls
code
move
for
in
the
the
ID.
opposite direction,
Let them pass through.
when
Sure,
they start
the
to
door
reflect
there, and you get
badly
on.
on the Democratic Party. That's been happening over the past several
And it'll cause
According
problems, so I
again to
need
Quinnipiac,
keys for those things. I
a
need some
lively
kind of way to
left-wing
separate
pollster,
that from the
Joe
index so I
Biden's
can actually,
national
well, these are all
approval rating
local
is now
that's the
38%.
money on the local.
60%
I should be able to tell that summer through
disapprove
winter,
of what
through
Joe
everything,
Biden is
if it
doing
runs
as
consistently on wave
A
functions.
new AP poll noted that
Then
just
I'm going to go
34%
to
of
their
Americans are pleased with the direction
system
of the
on.
country.
When
That's
I
called
went
the right
workforce
track,
to the
wrong
prison
track.
probation system,
And
they
for
went a
the
couple
party
different
in
ways.
power,
There's
it
a
is
Mason's
very
version
bad
of this
news.
where it's like, I can't
This
make
means
you
that the
do
very
anything.
same
You want to
people
do
who just
this.
last year lied
You don't want to
your
do this at
face
first until
about
you
how
figure out
popular
that,
Joe
hey,
Biden
it
was,
has the
are now
effect because the
admitting
people
that
that
he
want
is
you know how to
actually
do it
the
or you
least
need to know how to
popular
do it
president in modern
actually apply
political
the system.
history.
So I'm throwing in Prosky.
Why are they telling you
Johnson
this
and
all
Rush.
of a
You're
sudden?
going to do tread day.
Why are these reliably Democratic pollsters telling
For a good
Democratic
long little while.
voters that their president
I want
is
to do it. It
unpopular?
doesn't need to be as long as I do, but there
Maybe
is
because
a
they have no
review.
choice?
Can you
Maybe
get
there
that
are other
review done
reasons
quick?
we're not sure.
Because you'll get more
What is absolutely
sites.
clear, that
You'll
according
get
to a
more
new poll
quoting
from Pew,
variances
Democratic
on
Party
what
voters
derivative over
understand
L,
what this
derivative
means.
L
What
over
it means
derivative
is, in a free and
over
fair
derivative
democratic
T
system, they
equals
can't win.
some kind of system
If we
that
allocate power based on who's the most popular with
does
the
that.
public, and that's the basic premise of democracy, the Democratic Party is in very tough shape. And they know that. And that may be why, according to polls, Democrats now overwhelmingly want the government to make their political
Surprise.
opponents
Back.
shut up. More than 3/4 of Democratic Party
well,
voters
hitting
want
the
the tech
throttle
companies
with
to, quote,
Mike, having a
restrict
day,
false
or
information
with Chris,
online,
having
even
I
if
think
it
it's Scott
limits
up top
freedom of
grading,
information.
coming around doing things,
More
catching
than
Chris
60% of Democratic voters want the
local
federal
things
government
like
to, quote,
I got ears like
control
Jackrabbit,
that flow of
and
information over the internet.
you're out of place
So
by
all
not
of
moving
that
board.
contravenes
So
the
what
First
else
Amendment
would you be
to the Bill
doing?
of Rights,
And then you
which is
take
the very
tone
core
from
of our
different
system of government
sequences
and of our
to
culture, is what
determine
makes America
its
great.
location.
And now the
And so
overwhelming
you can do that
majority
with
of
Borg.
Democratic voters
People
are
do
against
it with Borg. You know,
So that's
they catch a lot of the
authoritarianism. There's no
N1
other
half
word for
pi
it.
over
And
2
it's
stuff
ironic,
with
considering for
the
4
mathematician
years,
because that's
prominent
what it is.
Democrats
And you
told
would
us
see
we were
me out
living
not
through
hitting
a
the throttle
fascist
right.
system.
And
Donald
that's an
Trump was a
OSHA
fascist.
thing. Well, they get to there with
But of
crew
course, they were
running like
describing
that
their own
on
attitude.
pressure gauges,
So we're going to
really,
spend the next hour looking at the rise of
stoichiometric
authoritarian
ratios
impulses
of pressure
on the
tanks.
left, and try to
And
figure
even
out
when that
where
door's
those
open,
came
let the
from
space
and where
in,
they're
brother.
going.
You know, You
Now,
got
none of this
tell
is
them not to
brand new.
push so
You'll
many boards
recall
out,
the
so we can
Democratic Party
straighten up the pack.
politicians have been pushing for
You gotta
censorship for a long
keep it
time,
tighter than
certainly
that.
since
When
Trump
you
won in
catch one of those
2016.
thick ones
They
out
blamed
front,
that victory
man,
on
it's gonna grenade.
Facebook.
It's gonna grenade you. I put
Here's
it out
Ed
to 42 on
Markey
penalty. It's
last
supposed to be 45.
October,
I had the
for
board,
example,
didn't have the
calling for more
system to do
censorship.
things, and I had one shot to do
The
this, and I
issue
had
is
42
not
set.
that the
You could probably
companies
stagger
before us
that
today
out.
are
One, two
taking
across
too
the
many
board.
posts
Not
down.
grind so much. And
The
yeah,
issue is
I
that
get
they're
it. I
leaving
get
too
it.
many
I totally
dangerous
fucking get it.
posts up.
Lay out that first
In
board
fact,
this
it
far over on the base.
amplifies
So what?
harmful
So what?
content
Does it fucking
so
stack?
that it spreads like
Tighten up so much
wildfire
with the...
and torches our democracy.
Careful. Gentling with that
Oh,
water.
they're not censoring enough because these posts, according to Ed Markey, who will literally say anything,
We can fix those things.
are, quote,
And now
dangerous.
that they'll be done, well,
But
pressure will
Markey
be
never
removed
explained what
from
was
that
dangerous
stoichiometric
about
ratio.
them. But you got
And so I would design it here.
They all
like,
did. A few weeks after Markey
the
said
universe.
that,
Then I
big
could
tech
actually still do it
effectively
there
removed
in
the elected president of the United
Alice's
States from the internet. They silenced him
Wonderland
completely.
multi-universe
They virtually
and
said anything about it.
thing that you have to
So it
justly
didn't stop.
normalize
It
for.
merely
Sure,
accelerated.
AR-15
Now,
and have the red dot.
Democrats
We
and their
use
allies
an
in the
iron
news media
sights.
have decided to
Figure it
drop
out.
all pretense. Jonathan Chait writes for New
Click,
York
click,
Magazine.
yep,
He's
click,
considered
click,
smart.
click. Still
on the
works.
left, one of the weirdest people practicing journalism today. He just published a deeply revealing piece in New York Magazine. Here's the headline from it.
So,
Quote,
inside the
anybody
system,
fighting Joe Biden is helping Trump's next coup.
I don't know if I'd exactly left it
Republic-
on that, but all right. Finish it off here, Jocko. Ooh, salty rabbits too.
Leaders spend between 70 and 90% of their time
Stuff.
communicating. It is important for a leader to develop listening skills and the ability to get a consistent message out to all stakeholders.
I play a game in
So
the
that's
D&D.
the competency of being
Every
a leader.
brick.
All these skills that you list in here.
See the
And
window
again,
that
what's
hides
interesting
the
about these
that
skills
trophy
is,
behind it,
you know, if you scan through
come
them,
on.
can you get better at
Little Doomslayer right here.
explaining the vision? Yes, you can. Can you get better at decision making? Yes, you can. Can you get better at problem solving? Yes, you can. Can you get better at decision making? Yes, you can. Can you get better at mentoring? Yes, you can. Every
There's a
one of
way
these,
to-
can you get better at
look, there's a
communicating in
customer
simple,
the
clear,
store,
concise
do
language,
training on
respectful
a system.
manner? Yes, you can. Everything you're talking about here
If it was up to me, I'd get
with
a
the
phone.
competence of a
Stand at the
leader
door, what do you want?
is something
You
that
can't touch
you
nothing,
can,
your hands
you
in
can
your
improve
pocket,
upon.
perfect.
Yeah,
Everything's behind
and
bulletproof glass.
you know, in the book, as people go
Nobody
through
can
it,
touch my
they'll
counter,
see,
nobody can touch my
you know,
register,
there's
nobody
stories
can do
associated
anything like
with
that
these
because
lessons
bing
that I've
bong.
learned.
All right, and
And
they'll
then
get
there's
used to
certain
seeing me
actions
inside of
I've
the system
found
like that. Yeah, it's right
through
at
my
the register,
experience over
creates
the
a lot of
last 40
problem.
years that
And you
help
want to be able to figure
one
that out. They're,
get
the
better
bing bong
and stronger
won't drop
at
the
these
milk
particular
while
skills
you're
that
in
you
the
mentioned.
Cooler, but
Yeah, so just to make that clear, because I don't know how much I did it in my notes, but you broke the book down almost like a military learning manual where, hey, here's the actions that you need to take if you want to improve in these
physically
areas.
do this
And I know I
first,
don't
you
hit
have
them.
to
I think I hit a
second
couple of them, but
shift-wise, first
that's
shift,
the
you
way
have to
the
hit
book
this,
is broken
make
down.
paperwork to check my work because I'm going to miss
the last
it,
thing
I'm
is
just gonna close it.
resilience.
As long as it wasn't $1 million because I missed something.
Anyone who has ever led anything will tell you
When
that
you-
at some point
in
in
the
time, the
general STEM
organization you
resume-
lead will face adversity. For that matter,
In the
every
general STEM
living
resume, it's
person
written,
faces
you don't
adversity
have
at some
control
point
of
in their
your
lives.
hands, and
It all comes
they
down
don't have
to
control of their brains. Figure it
how
out.
prepared one is
You
to
have to do
face
that on
these
paper.
challenges
And
and how one
at one point in time,
responds.
I'm reading this paper. going
Leaders
through
must
it, and I
prepare
like the checklist,
themselves
I
and
think,
give their
just garbage.
followers to overcome challenges. Positive
So
energy
I'll show
is
you how to
essential
make a
when
new
leading a
one,
large
regardless of where
organization
you are,
or a
because
small
it's
team.
corporate cross-border.
Optimism and
All of them. It doesn't work.
enthusiasm
It
are
was the
two
old
key
manual from the
traits of a
subway,
resilient person.
three
Like any
shift
other trait,
generals that
they must be exercised to become a
We don't have
strong
those things.
part of one's makeup. A leader
would,
must be
definitely
physically,
would.
emotionally, mentally, and
Well, the crew's
spiritually
supposed to
fit.
2 week,
To
bi-weekly,
strengthen
go home,
resilience,
knock one
leaders
of
must
those out.
must allow themselves to be vulnerable
No,
by
that was the
moving
point.
out of their
You want
comfort
the
zone,
monthlies, you
by
want the
taking
weeklies,
risks,
you want to manage
and
it, just
taking
do
on
all
tough
of them,
challenges.
the daily,
Scar tissue is
marshmallow
developed,
with
and
the
resilience
weekly,
is improved.
Yeah, why not? Shift
So
guys,
a person
you can make them
that's going to
whatever
lead
time,
had better
space, standard you want.
be able to get back up again if they get knocked down.
Yeah. And you know, Jocko, I think resilience is something that
So
has
why do
been
you?
talked about
Because
a
she
lot
likes me.
over the
That's
last
why, and she takes care
few
of those pretty
years.
things for me.
But resilience, I
Cosmetology,
don't
yeah.
believe
Cough stain
resilience
on Daniel's
actually
desk.
just happens
Man.
by itself.
Man,
You know, you've got to train to become a resilient person by doing certain things that you just mentioned. You know, moving out of your
Big old
comfort
nuclear
zone.
hug
I
for
mean,
you.
if you're a leader or a person who just wants to take the easy way of just staying in your comfort zone, doing things that
It'll
you
hurt.
know how to do, never stretching yourself.
See, like, well,
Never
I could
putting
get
yourself in a
tuned
position
I wanna
where
play
you
it Friday.
might make
It's
a
like,
mistake
was I
because
as
you
tired
think
as I
you're gonna
was?
look
I was
bad for
as
your
bit of a
followers
zombie,
or
but I'm
your
still
peers
good. I'm
or
slamming back
whatever.
Red Bull. I'm making
You're
more.
not going to grow
going to
that
the
way.
table.
And
Nothing's
then
locked
when
up. I mean, if
tough
it touches
times
that
do
board
happen,
and back, we got a big
you're
pump.
going to be less likely
There was a
to
physics to it.
demonstrate the
What
resilience
do you expect to have
that's
happen?
needed in order to help your organization get through those tough times.
Reminds me talking to some of the tankers. Actually, this was the 11 AD that replaced you guys.
I'm gonna go
Ramadi.
for a run tomorrow. I was
one thing
gonna
that
be
I
a smart
found
ass and do it
interesting was
tonight,
they
but I was
do-
like, I'll take a nap.
And
I'm
it was
gonna
actually
play
a
the
guy
nap.
named Mike Bahima, who was a company commander, fantastic guy. But he was explaining to me what they do to prepare for
Maybe
deployment.
out
One of the
front
big
guard,
things
man.
that they do
Real
to
quiet,
prepare for
like,
deployment is they bring
stay
their
behind
tank
the
on this
trigger.
tank range, and they do gunnery, where you're shooting and you're moving and maneuvering the tank and doing comms and reloading.
Anyways, catch you on the next one.
And